Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. As I was looking around Twitter earlier, I saw an interesting post, and I did end up replying to it. It was a post by Zero Resurrected. Asked a very simple question that I'm sure a lot of fans have been asking since this whole thing started at the beginning of the year with like Vic and Funimation and Monica and all of them. What happened to the Funimation that I grew up with? Um, that is basically what he asked. What happened to the Funimation I grew up with? In all seriousness, he was asking that because, like, what happened to what happened to make this company and the people working for it this way? I offered some I offered some thoughts on it, on a like a seven tweet reply. And I'll go over some of my reasoning there and some of my thoughts on that. So, with that being all said, so you simply asked, what happened to the Funimation I knew growing up? Well, this is basically my take on it based on what I've observed. You know, back when Tsunami was early on, Funimation was still one of the smaller companies. Back in I think it was 2003. That's when of course, Funimation picked up the Dragon Ball line. I know many people grew up on the Dragon Ball franchise that Funimation's dub of it. Okay, that may have been part of the problem. You go from this small company that is very affable to their fans and stuff. They're more appreciative of the fans. They're a smaller company trying to build themselves up. Then all of a sudden you get this major title that's a game changer. And as time goes on, it goes from being a little known company to a larger company. It comes to where it's practically a monopoly now. Where over the because of the success of Dragon Ball, as other companies were going bankrupt like ADV and Bandai Visual or Bandai USA, Funimation was continuing to ride the high trail. And they now got to the point where many of the people working on it have gotten their egos are swelled. They got big heads because yeah, we're the Dragon Ball people. You will bow down to us. But then when they turned on one of their own, what happened? Right down the middle. You know, the thing about this is that and there's plenty of evidence of this. I myself, I like to follow voice actors and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of us do. I kind of keep track of the con scene and who goes where and stuff like that. As you all know, if you've ever watched any of my anime convention previews, you know. So when I go to like fancons.com or animecons.com and look up, information on where a lot of these people go, when they, the thing I've noticed over the last few years is that the company that is most represented at those cons, the VAs that are most represented are the Funimation VAs. The LA based voice actors are still, now even before Funimation got the Dragon Ball dub and all that, they got the license. LA was the big dog. Okay. Um, Initially with of course with Jenny on USA and then with Pioneer or Pioneer and then Jenny on and then when those companies closed down, then Bang Zoom filled the void. You also have Viz, which is based up in, well, Okay, here's something you have to understand with Viz. 'Cause I know a lot of people ask me about Viz. Viz is more the licensor, but for the dubs, they do not have their own studio. Okay, they usually subcontract to other studios like Ocean Studios up in Ocean and Blue Water up in Canada, and Studiopolis down here in LA, down here in SoCal. So the studio is Studiopolis. The licensor is Viz. So you understand. And of course, as everybody knows, Viz, of course, has done like Naruto, Bleach, Zatchbell, among others. The LA cast that's part of that. So to answer Zero's question, you know, basically what happened to Funimation is that they they got they got big. They got real big because of the popularity of Dragon Ball. And of course, then they picked up other popular titles like One Piece, you know, and then they had success with, of course, another long running, like a lot of the, it's like, it is kind of funny how with some of these longer running series like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist, and even Yu Yu Hakusho, these longer series that they were able to get earlier on, um, gave them the chance to become very popular. People would start associating these titles with, for the English works from Funimation, from and then of course they would eventually establish their own channel, which would eventually go down, and then they'd replace their channel with their own cable channel with a streaming service that I know everybody's not happy with. But right now, Funimation is the big dog in the hunt right now. They're the biggest dub company. You know, aside from having the most VA representation at cons, if you look at Toonami, which is on, of course, Cartoon Network, you look at, they run a 5.5 hour block, which is, half hour a show. That's 11 time slots. And of those 11, of course, Funimation has five of them. The LA based voice actors have five of them. LA based, dub companies like Bang Zoom Viz have five of them. And then the lone one aside from those two is Sentai with Food Wars, is the lone, I guess, smaller dub company that's represented on Toonami. Funimation, as everybody knows, has like My Hero Academia, Doctor Stone, Fire Force, um, Black Clover, and Attack on Titan. Of course, Attack on Titan's at the end now because they're just repeats, but those are the five. And then the five for the LA-based voice actors, you got One Punch Man. I think Viz is the one that does that, but I'm not sure. Um, you have um, Naruto Shippuden. You have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind, and you have um, let's see, you have One Punch Man, and then you have on it, you have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind. You have Naruto Shippuden at 3. Let's see. Um, you have and then you have, yeah, I think it is 5. I just can't think because I know One Punch Man comes on earlier, and then so it's like 551 basically. Um, yeah. So, anyways, um, so yeah, that's basically what they Funimation that you grew up with, that most people grew up with. Um, as one person said, is gone now. They've become a real big, and with the Sony acquisition a couple years ago, they're just looking to become bigger. it is a virtual monopoly, even though LA is still kind of competitive with them. But the best way to counter that is to start supporting the other dub companies like Ocean Studios, Ocean and Blue Water up in Canada, Media Blasters in New York, and Sentai in Houston. Support those other small companies as well as LA, and also start checking out start checking out those works, and then start if you like those works, start asking for those VAs to come out to cons instead of asking for Funimation. You know, there are a lot of VAs out there. There are a lot. I know that those smaller companies, a lot of the VAs from Sentai who aren't anywhere associated with this baloney with Vic. Those are associated with Sentai. Those are associated with Media Blasters. Those are associated out here in LA, and those who are the Canadian ones. I'm sure they would love to be invited to cons to interact with their fans. It won't treat you like garbage either. I am sure of it. I should really check out their works. So with that, okay, so those are my thoughts on that question. So on to the next segment here. On this day. So today is November 21st. So on this day in anime, comics, cartoons, and pro wrestling. Let's see. On this day in 1944, All American Comics number 10 went on sale, featuring, of course, Hop Harrigan and Squibbly. Squibbly would basically help introduce the Golden Age Red Tornado Mahunkel. Um, then we move ahead forward 5 years to 1949. On this day, 1949, Captain America's Weird Tales would go on sale on this date in 1949. Move ahead 40 years to 1989, and the first edition of Ring of the Nibelung goes on sale from I believe it's DC. Debut issue of that ran for about 5 issues. Let's see, so that was 1989. Then we move ahead to 1999. On this date, 1999, WCW Mayhem happened, in which in the main event, Chris Bret Hart beat Chris Benoit in the finals to fill the vacancy of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Also on the card, of course, Evan Courageous would become the cruiserweight champion as well. So that happened in 1999. And in 2000, on this date in 2003, over in Japan, um, the manga series Hayato Crossblade was first went on sale on this date in Japan in 2003. And then on this date in 2009, as part of the 2000s for a kids dub of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the TV movie Turtles Forever premiered on this date in 2009. So that's all that happened on this day in history, in terms of in the world of anime, comics, cartoons, and pro wrestling. Let me see. Also, okay, so now that we've done that, um, you can check the links below. If you want to contact me directly, my Twitter handle will be down there. You can go ahead and DM me, or you can comment on my video or on my tweets. Let's see. Um, Aside from that, let me see now. Oh yeah. I'm also promoting a bunch of different dub companies. You guys can go ahead and go check those companies out. Check out their works. Remember, Funimation is not the only game in town, people. So you should try to check some other companies out. Some of the dub works of some other companies. You might find that you might like them. You never know. Um, Also, I'm still promoting the GoFundMe's Vic's GoFundMe. He actually has a hearing today. The fees and sanctions hearing is going on today. So we should probably be hearing something about that at least tonight from Nick. Don't know if we'll get the transcripts yet. That might come a little later. Um, as well as, let's see now. And also, I'm also promoting Tug's Indiegogo till the end of the month because he said he's shutting it down then. You guys, as always, never feel like you have to donate. Um, they all appreciate. I'm sure they all appreciate your support and help, but not if it's going to cost you that much. Not going to put you in a bind. You have the means to. It's on your heart to do so. Please consider donating. If you if you have already donated, please consider donating again. And if you and if you can't donate, you can still help out. You can still help out the cause by by sharing the link. You never know. Somebody in your circle of friends may see it and say, "Hey, I want to help out too." It doesn't hurt to ask, right? And with that, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Um, and hit the notification bell. I always appreciate the conversations back and forth. And until tomorrow, guys, bye.